Lies!
Nope. Okay.
Lies! Lies. Has anybody here ever become a victim of believing something that isn't true?
Everything Mr. Ralph
Nigerian Prince Ian.
My life.
By learning about the different fallacies, such as equivocation and false dilemma, you will be able to counteract someone that is trying to lie to you and be able to protect yourself from being lied to. Equivocation is the fallacy in which people use two different meanings of the same term to try to prove their point. And false dilemma is also called dichotomy, is the fallacy in which people take, when they tell you that there's only, say, two options, when there's really a third one that they don't tell you about. Well, okay, so equivocation, like I said, is the fallacy that's based on the use of the same term in different senses, especially as the middle term of a syllogism. In my first example, hot dogs are better than nothing. Nothing is better than steak. Therefore, hot dogs are better than steak.
No.
In this example, the word nothing is used incorrectly. If we reword it the way that they want, that they're meaning to say it, it would be that everything else is better than hot dogs. Steak is better than everything else. Therefore, steak is better than hot dogs. But they failed to do that in this example. In my second example, all banks are beside rivers, therefore the financial institution where I deposit my money is beside a river. In this example, they misuse the term bank. In the first part, they're talking about the bank or the area beside a river, and in the second part, they're talking about the institution where you can deposit your money. And many people do this to try to prove their point, but it just ends up confusing different people, and that's how they end up winning arguments. In my third example, the sign said fine for parking here, so I parked there. In this, the word fine is misused, and they thought that it was fine or okay to park there, when in reality you will be fined for parking there. Equivocation is used a lot in life, and most people do it without trying to, but it happens all the time. Now, false dilemma, or also called false dichotomy, is a type of informal fallacy that involves a situation in which limited alternatives are considered, when in fact there is at least one additional option. So it's pretty much saying that if someone's talking to you and they ask you, okay, it's either this or this, which one is it? Well, they may not even tell you they may not even give the right answer as an example, but it may be hidden. As for my first example, either 1 plus 1 is 4 or 1 plus 1 is 12. It is not the case that 1 plus 1 is 4, therefore 1 plus 1 is 12. Well, all of us know that 1 plus 1 equals 2. So we know that obviously it's neither of those answers, but because they only give us two choices, and if someone didn't know math, they would obviously say, hey, since it's not that one, it'd be the other one. But again, they give you two alternatives that aren't necessarily the right answer. In my second example, you're either with us or you're with terrorists. Now, you would come across this if you were captured by CIA or FBI or someone like that that is trying to protect national security. And you can be, in this example, it's the right answer or another answer is that you can be neutral. You don't have to be with them and you don't have to be against them. You can be completely in the middle. So for my third example, unless you go to college, you will end up as an unhappy street person. There's many, many examples of people that have either dropped out of college or altogether haven't gone to college and still have become millionaires. If you guys have ever seen How I Made My Millions, there's tons of examples there. But also, again, they use this in a way that makes it sound like if you don't go to college, then you won't be happy or you and that is untrue. So now that you've learned about the different fallacies of equivocation and false dilemma, you will now be able to protect yourself from being lied to, and you will be able to protect yourself from becoming a victim to someone's lies. Now stop others from lying to you.